Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Hama Amadou. Hama Amadou, the man many referred to as Phoenix, was born in the year 1950 in Youri, Republic of Niger. History has it that people from the Niger region are popularly known to be nomads, majorly herdsmen who move from one location to another. In the same manner, Hama was brought up by his guardians, raised in the Tilaberi region, Niger River Valley axis, north of Niamey. He had a tough upbringing, fought and struggled his way through schooling and survival till he could attain success. He began to experience a better life during the regime of Seyni Kountche between 1983 and 1985, as he was appointed Director General of the Office of Radio Broadcasting and Television of Niger, ORTN. At the same time, in 1985, appointed the Director of Cabinet Members. The unfortunate death of President Seyni Kountche in 1988 installed Ali Saibo as the new president, making it a win-win situation for Hama Amadou, as he was appointed the Minister of Information based on the good job done in his previous office. He served under President Saibo for a year, 5 months and 5 days. From 1990 onward, Hama switched gears from relying on government appointment to holding electoral positions. His efforts started to yield when he became the Secretary General of the National Movement Development of Society (MNSD) in 1991, while Tanja Mamadou was president. He was elected into the National Assembly in Niamey during the parliamentary election held in February 1993. On the 21st of February 1993, Hama lobbied his colleagues in the National Assembly and was appointed Prime Minister of Niger. 2 years on, in the 1995 elections, a faction from his party joined the Nigerian Party for Democracy and Socialism (PNDS) against Hama Amadou to lose his post as the Prime Minister, which resulted in chaos in the National Assembly. However, President Mahamadou Usmane wasn't pleased with the politicking happening in the National Assembly, so he appointed Seyni Amadou as the new Prime Minister, which the parliament majority kicked against. 2 weeks after, the president bowed to pressure from the National Assembly to reinstall Hama Amadou as the Prime Minister. In view of this, it began to get worse between the Prime Minister, the National Assembly, and the President. On the 27th of January 1996, a military coup was staged by General Ibrahim Bare Menasara, who took over government activities, placing Seyni Amadou, Mahamadou Usmane, alongside Hama Amadou on house arrest for months. Barely 2 years after being benched from power, on the 2nd of January 1998, Hama was arrested for allegedly leading a plot to assassinate Ibrahim Menasara, who eventually died during the April 1999 military coup. So, he was released on the 8th of January 1999. Late in the year 1999, a general election was held and Tanja Mamadou became the new president. Hama Amadou got re-elected into the National Assembly, but as usual, he was reappointed Prime Minister on the 3rd of January 2000. In what looks like a roller coaster ride for Hama Amadou, on the 21st of December, year 2000, he finally became the president of the National Movement Development of Society (MNSD). Enjoying his moment while it lasts, the scandal to pull him down resurfaced in 2007 as the House of Assembly members passed a vote of no confidence against him to boot him out of the post of the Prime Minister. He was alleged of corruption and embezzlement of funds allocated for education, with 62 members out of 113 voting against him. He bowed to pressure, submitted his resignation letter, and called the vote expression of democracy. Seyni Umaru was then appointed the new prime minister. The crumble continued in 2008 as he was charged for embezzling foreign aid worth about $179,043 meant for communication and development funds between 2000 and 2006. On the 26th of June 2008, Hama was arrested and remanded at the civil prison at Kutukate, north of Niamey. His first appearance before the Commissioned Instruction Court was pushed from 29th July to 6th of August 2008. Then, in August 2008, MNSD proposed that Hama Amadou be removed as party president while he faces his allegations in court. He and his supporters accused the president and cabinet members of plotting frivolous charges to prevent him from contesting the December 2009 presidential elections. Hama Amadou suffered more heavy jabs as he was eventually stripped of all leadership position from his party in 2009. Finally, on the 23rd of April 2009, the High Court of Justice ordered that Hama be conditionally released for health reasons in adherence to court ruling. He was released from the prison after being detained for 10 months. He then left Niger for medical treatment in France. Oh well, it's often said that politics is a dirty game, so it was in Niger. In 2010, another military coup was staged, ousting Tanja Mamadou's government. A life-saving grace for the already exiled Hama Amadou, who returned home in March to set up a new political party, Nigerian Democratic Movement (MDN), established on the 11th of July 2010, and he publicly announced his desire to contest in the 2011 general elections. The 2011 presidential elections happened. Hama's tainted reputation was enough to relegate him to third on the result sheet. He quickly pledged his support to the new elected president, Mahamadou Issoufou. A smart politician he was, he worked with the opposition party since he already won the parliamentary seat and scooped the National Assembly vote with a whopping 103 against 1 and unanimously became the president of the National Assembly. On the 27th of August 2014, the National Assembly's leadership, in response to a request from the executive, allowed the arrest of Hama Amadou, who was accused of being in connection with an illegal network of infant trafficking from Nigeria, which had previously led to the arrest of one of his wives in March. The wife, Hazida Amadou, was sentenced to life jail for baby smuggling. Within hours of decision, Hama denounced the allegation and fled to Burkina Faso. On the 24th of November 2014, he was finally replaced as the president of the National Assembly. Hama Amadou returned to Niger on the 14th of November 2015 with the aim of campaigning for the 2016 presidential election, but the already most wanted man was arrested upon arrival at the airport in Niamey. While in confinement, he was cleared to stand as a presidential candidate by the court in January 2016. This time he came so close to victory with no clear winner. The election was rescheduled for March 2016. Unfortunately, Hama Amadou began to suffer serious medical crisis in which he was said to have briefly lost consciousness. He was moved from confinement in Filingue to Niamey, from where he was flown to Paris for treatment on the 16th of March 2016. After a year of investigative reports brought before the court, on the 13th of March 2017, Hama Amadou was sentenced to 1 year in prison for his alleged involvement in the scheme to sell infants from Nigeria. What have we missed out of this biography of Hama? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.